The rise of offshore megatrusts, how the ultra-wealthy shield their assets. Introduction, the secret world of offshore megatrusts. For the ultra-wealthy, accumulating billions is only half the battle. The real challenge is keeping it safe. While governments impose heavy taxes, creditors seek legal claims, and lawsuits threaten financial stability, the world's richest individuals have discovered a powerful way to shield their assets. Offshore megatrusts. These highly sophisticated legal structures allow billionaires to control vast sums of money without technically owning them, creating an impenetrable financial fortress that is nearly impossible for tax authorities or litigants to breach. Offshore megatrusts are not just a tool for hiding money. They are a strategic weapon designed for long-term wealth preservation. Through a combination of legal loopholes, jurisdictional arbitrage, and financial privacy laws, these trusts ensure that fortunes remain untouched, even in the face of lawsuits, government crackdowns, or economic crises. But how exactly do they work? Why are they so effective? And where do the world's wealthiest individuals set up these secretive financial structures? The evolution of wealth protection. From Swiss banks to offshore megatrusts, the concept of wealth protection is as old as money itself. For centuries, the elite have sought ways to shield their fortunes from taxes and government control. In medieval Europe, aristocrats placed their estates in family trusts to prevent rulers from seizing their wealth. By the 20th century, Swiss banks became the preferred choice for the world's wealthy, offering unparalleled secrecy through the Swiss banking law of 1934, which made it illegal for banks to disclose client information. However, as global pressure mounted on tax havens, governments in the United States, the UK, and the EU began cracking down on banking secrecy. High-profile cases exposed hidden accounts, forcing Swiss banks and other financial institutions to disclose information under laws like the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, FATCA. With the walls closing in, the ultra-rich needed a new strategy, one that would not only protect their assets but also offer greater legal security. Enter offshore megatrusts. Unlike traditional bank accounts, which can be traced and seized, trusts operate as legal entities separate from their owners. This means that even if a billionaire faces lawsuits, financial investigations, or tax audits, their assets remain locked away in a secure jurisdiction, far beyond the reach of regulators or creditors. How offshore megatrusts work. The billionaire's fortress. At its core, a megatrust is a sophisticated financial structure designed to shield wealth from outside threats. While regular trusts are often used for estate planning, offshore megatrusts take it to the next level, utilizing complex layers of trustees, protectors, and offshore jurisdictions to ensure maximum security. The process begins when a billionaire, known as the settler, transfers assets into the trust. A trustee, usually an offshore financial institution, legally owns and manages the assets on behalf of the beneficiaries. However, through carefully crafted agreements, the settler still maintains indirect control over their wealth, dictating how the assets are managed without technically owning them. To add an extra layer of protection, a protector is often appointed, an individual or entity with the authority to oversee the trustee's decisions and prevent any unauthorized actions. The key advantage of this setup is that if the settler is sued, their assets are no longer in their name. They are owned by the trust. This makes it nearly impossible for creditors, governments, or ex-spouses to claim a share of the fortune. Furthermore, because these trusts are often established in low-tax, high-privacy jurisdictions, they provide substantial tax advantages, allowing wealth to grow virtually untouched. Where the ultra-wealthy hide their wealth, the top offshore trust jurisdictions. Not all offshore jurisdictions are created equal. Some offer ironclad asset protection, while others focus on financial privacy and tax efficiency. The world's richest individuals carefully select trust locations based on the strength of legal protections and the level of government scrutiny. One of the most popular destinations is the Cook Islands, a small Pacific nation that has become the global leader in asset protection trusts. Cook Islands law makes it nearly impossible for foreign courts to enforce judgments, meaning that even if a creditor wins a lawsuit against a billionaire, they still cannot access the trust's assets. In many cases, the burden of proof is so high that claimants must demonstrate fraud beyond a reasonable doubt, an almost impossible legal standard. The Cayman Islands is another major player, attracting hedge fund managers and corporate executives seeking tax-free wealth accumulation. Unlike many jurisdictions, the Cayman Islands do not impose direct taxes on trust assets, making it an attractive choice for those looking to grow their wealth without interference. Switzerland, despite losing some of its banking secrecy, remains a powerhouse in financial trust structures, particularly for European and high-net-worth families. Meanwhile, Dubai and Singapore have emerged as new trust havens, catering to tech billionaires and cryptocurrency investors looking for stable, low-tax jurisdictions with cutting-edge financial infrastructure. How billionaires use offshore megatrusts. Case studies. Many of the world's wealthiest individuals and families rely on offshore megatrusts to secure their fortunes across generations. The Walton family, heirs to the Walmart empire, have used dynastic trusts to legally bypass estate taxes, saving billions of dollars while maintaining control over their vast retail empire. Russian oligarchs and Chinese billionaires frequently use offshore trusts to shield their assets from political instability, placing their fortunes in Caribbean tax havens and the UAE to avoid government scrutiny. Meanwhile, Silicon Valley tech moguls are leveraging offshore trusts to hold private equity, AI startups in digital assets, ensuring that their wealth remains secure from regulatory changes and lawsuits. The legal and ethical debate: are megatrusts fair or just a billionaire loophole? While offshore megatrusts are perfectly legal, they have sparked widespread debate over financial fairness and economic inequality. Governments argue that these structures enable the ultra-rich to avoid their fair share of taxes, depriving nations of revenue needed for public services. The US and the EU have introduced stricter regulations, such as Common Reporting Standards, CRS, to increase transparency, but the ultra-wealthy continue to find new legal loopholes to keep their assets hidden. On the other hand, proponents of offshore megatrusts argue that wealth preservation is a fundamental right. Billionaires claim that excessive taxation and government overreach threaten their financial legacies, making offshore trusts a necessary tool for long-term planning. Additionally, trusts are not just for the ultra-rich. Many families use them to pass down wealth efficiently, ensuring financial security for future generations. The future of offshore megatrusts. What's next? Despite growing scrutiny, offshore megatrusts are not disappearing anytime soon. Billionaires and financial strategists continue to adapt, using emerging financial technologies to make wealth protection even more sophisticated. One of the biggest trends is the rise of crypto trusts, where digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum are stored in decentralized, blockchain-based structures that are nearly impossible to track or regulate. As governments push for more transparency, the ultra-rich will seek out new, innovative solutions to protect their fortunes. Whether through offshore banking, digital asset protection, or future financial loopholes. One thing is certain: in the game of wealth preservation, those who understand the rules will always stay ahead. In a world where financial rules keep changing, one thing remains constant: those who master wealth protection control the future. Offshore megatrusts are not just a billionaire's tool, they're a blueprint for long-term financial security. Whether you're curious about how the ultra-rich safeguard their fortunes or looking for ways to grow and protect your own wealth, understanding these strategies puts you ahead of the game. Want to uncover more secrets of the elite? Subscribe, stay tuned, and dive deeper into the world of high finance with us, because knowledge is the real currency of power.